All right, we're here talking about cars today on the Car Radio channel. There's lots of stuff going on in the hood of a car.
Yeah, that's right. Got a lot of things in there. You got to look at the stuff inside the car.
You sure do, yes. Lots of items inside the car. There's that one metal piece. It's pretty important in the car. I'd like to call that the Achilles piece.
Oh, yeah, I know all about the Achilles piece. It's a real important piece of a car. Well, there's lots of stuff inside of a car you got to tuck around with and move around with, you know?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with all the intricacies about a car, you know. There's all those pipes and different metal parts and things such as that. All kinds of them, really. They're very interesting vehicles, these cars. They're very interesting creations, I do admit.
Oh, yes, I'm really interested about these cars. I think they're pretty interesting. I do admit that there's a lot of stuff about them.
There sure is. There's a lot of stuff about these cars, as they've got pipes and tubes and all sorts of, you know, metal parts. It's just really, you know, what about that new car?
Oh, the new car. Oh, yeah, I mean, it just has all kinds of tubes and pipes, and
it has metal, too, lots of metal in it.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of, I mean, forget about it. I mean, just forget about it with all the metal in that one.
Yeah, those cars, they really picked it up a notch when they, you know, God broke the mold when he made that just a car. When he made a car, he broke the mold.
Yeah, he sure did break it. I mean, I'll tell you about those cars. You know, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to cars. I mean, you know, you pop the hood and there's that one piece.
Oh, yeah, the piece. I know what piece. It's that one the metal piece.
Yeah, the metal one. You know, that metal piece is just, it's something else. I mean, you know, it's an important piece. It's maybe the most important piece of, I mean, that's the first piece you want to look at when you're talking about a car.
Yes, that metal piece, it's an important piece, but I don't want to take any, you know, of the limelight away from the tubes. There's lots of tubes and pipes. Let's not forget the pipes.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, a car, you can't. I mean, you can't have a car without the pipes and the tubes. I mean, that's an important part of a car. I mean, that's an important equation.
It sure is. That's the most important issue with the car these days. It's one of the hottest topics is the pipes and the tubes. There's just all sorts of tubes. It's a wild world. It's a wild world we're living in with these cars.
Yeah, you know, there was this one car, and it had there was a square-shaped metal thing inside of the trunk part. I mean, inside of the front part of it.
Oh, really? Yeah, inside the front section, with the lid that you pop open the lid on it.
Yeah. There's like a metal piece in there, just a real kind of square-shaped almost, or a little more detailed than just square, but it's a piece of metal. I mean, you gotta give it up for these cars.
Yeah, you sure do. You gotta give it up for the cars. I mean, there's at least a big piece of metal in the front hinge section with the lid. I mean, you gotta pop that lid and check out the metal.
Yeah, you know, there's an old saying about cars. It says, you gotta check out the metal when you pop the lid.
Yeah, it's a classic saying. You know, it's funny. I remember, you know, not to make this about me, but you know, back when I first was learning about cars and with the tubes and the pipes and the square metal chunks, and I was just learning it from, you know, somebody who told me about it, and I was a fond time in my life when I was learning about all that.
Yeah, I remember, you know, when I learned about all there is to know about cars. I mean, from the top to the bottom. I mean, from the beginning to the end. It was just a great conversation about the pipes and the metal box and the tubes And I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, you and I are in the same boat because I'll never forget where I was when somebody told me about all that stuff.
Yeah, that's where how I feel about it as well. I mean, this is just, it's these cars are just, I could talk all day about how wonderful they are. You're listening to Car Talk here on 100110001 radio. So what do you feel about cars, Henry?
Oh yeah, my name's Henry, and I like cars. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm a car character. I'm just all about cars. I mean, I'll answer any questions about any kind of car you want.
All right, Henry. Yeah, you're my best co-host I've ever had here on Car Talk Radio, 1001100FM.com on the Car Talk station, 1001100 FM. Boy, these cars, do they get any more car-like? Could you get any more car-like? That's like what that one character used to say on that one primetime hit sitcom from the 90s. He used to go, "Could you get any more talk about cars in here?"
Oh, yeah, I know all about what you're talking about right there. That's a real great reference about cars and just tubes. And my name's Henry, and you're listening to Car Talk Radio on 0010010 radio. What's the next topic?
Well, up next we're just going to talk about just cars. So it's always struck me as funny how the car, there's that part of it that the side hinge, I call it, where you pull on it and sort of a big thing unfurls, it sort of folds open, or unfolds, I should say, against the car's side. It sort of opens, and every car has at least two of them,
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of cars have four of them.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of cars that have got four of those. I mean, those are real something else. I mean, you gotta... God broke the mold when he came up with those unfolding hinge things that these cars have.
Yeah, God broke the mold. That is true. And he made those hingy things. You look close at them, and there's lots of metal.
Not too many. I don't see too many tubes though. Not too many tubes.
No, yeah, you're right about that. Not a whole lot of tubes there.
No pipes either. I don't actually recall seeing too many pipes in that section.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I mean, these cars are made mostly of just pipes and tubes and metal, but the little foldy flap things on the side of the cars, it's funny. You're only seeing mostly metal there.
Yeah, it's mostly metal on those sections of the car. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. They must, the tubes and the pipes must be pretty well hidden underneath the exterior layer section of that part of the car. Well, you're listening to Radio Car Talk Radio on 0011110. Up next, the topic is the top of a car.
Yeah, the top of a car, I mean, it's where you're really getting serious about what's up at the top, the highest part.
Yeah, the highest part of the car that's the part of the car that's going to be the highest in altitude. It'll be the highest in, the tallest part.
Yeah, it's funny because it gets high up there, it's the highest section of the car, really.
Yeah, it's the highest. I mean, look, I don't want to get into an argument with you about it, but it is the highest section.
Yeah, you know what? It is the high. I'm saying you're gonna make me get into an argument because I'm telling you it is the highest section. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, Buster, that the ceiling or the top of the car is the highest section of the car. Now, you're getting me real upset. I'm going to have to kick you out of here if you're going to keep up this sort of attitude. Now, you listen to me, pal. I'm getting pissed. Because I'm trying to talk about the very highest altitude of a car, and it's the roof part. And now you're yelling at me, and I wasn't even upset. Now I'm just getting mad because you're yelling at me, and you're saying I'm upset, and that makes me more upset than even the original whatever argument that started.